I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but I've been putting it off. And each time I put it off, something happens. And I put it up and something happens. Now, I don't know if making this video on time would have made a difference, but I think making it one way or the other could help prevent some stuff that would have happened from happening, because maybe some people will have a second chance, a second thought, before doing something unintelligent. Let me put it that way. Now, the thing here is that people put out rhetoric online. They put out narratives, news anchors, social media influencers, and social media pedestrians alike. And some people, and you who may be watching this, may be one of them, you get angry and you take up what you're talking about in a moralistic fashion as a cause unto yourself, and you decide to be a foot soldier for what you're talking about, because you have taken it up as a cause, and you want to do something about it. But the thing is that when you try to do something about these things and you break the law, the people who egged you on or indirectly instigated you to do this will keep their multi-million-dollar jobs while you face the consequences and turn your life, as we see in most cases, upside down. And that's what I really want to talk about. Do you remember this man? This man was accused of committing arson on Tesla property. And if he's found guilty, he's going to face 20 years in prison. I mean, this is just a man trying to make meaning out of life. We all have things that we are, maybe challenged with: business goals, parenting goals, career goals. He had his own challenges, which I won't speak about. I think you can see clearly what his challenges may have been. Now, he has added new challenges to the already existing challenges, whereas the social media influencers and the rabid left and the news anchors keep their multi-million-dollar jobs, their followers, everything. They just keep their lives, whereas he doesn't quite keep what he had. This is another man accused of committing arson, and he was arrested. This is just one of the many that were arrested and whose lives will be upended, not okay anymore, because the law is after them with a fury, whereas the people who instigated them, they get to keep on living their lives as happily as we imagine that they are. And if you remember, ICE agents were confronted by some Democrat officials, I think a Democrat mayor and some other officials and people, at a new detention facility, if I remember the story right, and correct me if I'm wrong. And there was a scuffle. In that scuffle, as I remember it, the mayor did push an ICE agent. At least he was accused of doing that. And this rep was also accused of doing the same thing. This was caught on camera. I can't remember exactly what happened with the mayor, but what I know is that there was talk of charging the mayor to court. Somehow that didn't happen. But guess what? This rep was charged to court. She was indicted. She was charged with assault. I don't know how many years is associated with the crime if she's found guilty, but that's not important. Let's say she's not found guilty. Why does she have to put or bring or invite all the stress into her life? Why does she have to start hiring lawyers? Why? in this picture with her is Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters can say anything she wants to say, but I don't think I've ever seen her lift her hand to push a federal officer because she knows better. She knows better. Senator Maxine Waters does not have that problem. But this lady here, she has that problem now. I'm not sure the charges have been dropped. I don't think it has. I don't see any reason why they would have. But I don't see any reason why they would have, and I think the charges are still fully on. And this next one is truly embarrassing. A Wisconsin judge indicted on charges that she helped an immigrant evade ICE agents. You see, she must have been caught by the superior moral high ground icing with which they quoted the idea that enforcing the law was bad. Whatever the case, she was emotional. ICE agents came to the court to get someone who was charged to court for some other crime. He was on the trial for some other crime. And she tried, at least that's what she's accused of, she tried to help him escape, and some of it was caught on camera. And how embarrassing it is, because she is a judge. Her entire profession is about upholding American law. Now she's charged. How embarrassing is it to her family? How embarrassing is it? How embarrassing. All the other people in Congress, on TV, whipping up emotional sentiments as if what ICE is doing is a bad thing. All of them, they're happy with their jobs. They're just carrying on with their lives. She made the mistake of acting. Maybe as they wanted her to act, we don't know. But what we know is that she made the mistake of acting on the feelings. She became a foot soldier, and she's bearing the consequences. And maybe it's a really strong and potent psychological drug, what they do, that if someone like a judge would make such a terrible error, she should know that there are cameras in her building. Why would she make that kind of mistake? Anyway, she chose to become a foot soldier, and she's bearing the brunt of it. And that brings me to Charlie Kirk. Because I'm thinking, the guy who is suspected to have shot him, what was he thinking? What did he think would be the outcome? What did he think would be the outcome? Because now his family is cooperating with law enforcement. Did he think it would be otherwise? Even the person he had a relationship with, he allegedly has a relationship or had a relationship with a trans man. Even the trans person is cooperating with the law. What did he think would be the outcome? You have a normal, good life set up in front of you. Your parents are not poor. They can obviously send you to college. You can study anything, strategize to become anything you want to be in life, but you bought the narrative. You bought it. That narrative seems to have some kind of power to make men make fools of themselves. That's the only way I can put it. The real powerful people feel that they are victimized, I don't even know what they feel, and think the wise decision for me to do today is to end my own prospects in life as I know it by being a foot soldier for ideologies that are either explicitly or subtly shared amongst this group of people that I identified with. You see, this is my point, which I'll say again. Don't be a foot soldier. Even if you believe that people are racist, even if you believe many of the lies, or I'll say the lies of the left, even if you believe they are not lies, don't be a foot soldier. Do not be a foot soldier. Do not be a foot soldier. Everyone on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, everyone is doing fine, earning money, getting higher ratings, greater viewership on account of reporting the news on you right now, while you are in FBI or police custody, answering questions and facing a future, the outlook of which you do not know. So for everyone else, I'll say it one more time. Please do not be a foot soldier. Do not. Do what you are supposed to do. Walk up and air your views in the marketplace of opinions. And in the marketplace of opinions, superior opinions will survive. In the marketplace of opinions, the superior argument stands. That is how we were taught. And that is one of the hallmarks of Western civilization. Get into the marketplace of ideas, and in that marketplace of ideas, the superior argument naturally wins. Love you all, and I hope if you're watching this, whatever the case, you do not make yourself a foot soldier of any kind to take action, criminal action. As long as it's criminal, don't try to justify criminal action against any other human being, because you may not find any support when the consequences are coming hard on you.